A man who digs a well never stands on a queue to drink water. Never ever inherit somebody's son when the father is alive. Hey everyone, welcome all to our YouTube channel, Jenga Kenya TV. I'm Shadrach. Today we are diving into a very thought-provoking topic that has been making headlines. A stepdad finds himself in hot soup for disciplining his stepson, leading to some serious legal issues. Now, this situation has elicited a lot of questions about the challenges stepdads face when stepping into someone's family. Underline the word stepping into someone's family. This ranges from balancing authority, discipline, and building relationship, which is very, very tricky in most of the situations, especially when it comes to navigating around those complex dynamics. Brothers, fellow men, our sons, mothers who love their sons, welcome all here. Stick around as we unpack this story, discuss the pressures and responsibilities of being a stepdad, and maybe even share some tips on blending the family. So let's dive deep into it. This is my word to my fellow men. Never ever inherit somebody's son when the father is alive. Better never ever inherit a family when the husband is still alive. Somebody asks you, tell them, I heard it from the tales of SHADE. I know this is going to be very, very hard to digest for so many of us because we are already in that situation. For those of you who have shared in the same and probably will be able to resonate with what I'm going to say today, kindly let us have your opinion. How did you find it out? There's a saying in our African culture that goes, a man who digs a well never lines up to drink water. I repeat, a man who digs a well never stands on a queue to drink water. Why? The well still belongs to that man. Whenever you inherit a woman whose husband is still alive, who left her with the children, always expect and always live knowing that a man who digs a well never queues to drink the water, or the water for that matter. You are with Stacy, and then a phone call comes from the ex. How can we meet? Stacy will excuse herself on you and say, I want to talk to my mother. Oh, why can't you just talk to your mother while seated? No, I just want to have some good connectivity, so I need to talk to my mother. I'm here, and I hear that she's sick. She even forgets that she told you the mother died many years ago. So Stacy will go out and the guy asks, hello, yes, how you doing? Doing fine. But I'm not so comfortable in this relationship. I'm even regretting. Why are you regretting? I want to see you. When and where can we meet? This is the owner of the well. He never queues to drink his waters. Second, when we talk about the authority of the family, it becomes so kind of tricky, because I'm talking about a man who inherits a family from another man. Sometimes we may think that our fellow men have failed through life, not knowing that this same woman that you are coercing to live with, somebody talked to her and convinced her and even gave her the children that you are inheriting. So you are just the second owner. Whatever you'll be able to do will not be of great impact into that family. I'm telling you, my brothers. You will never have authority over that house. The reason for her to be around you is all about you taking care of the family. And when all the donkey work is done, we will be like those trailers, those trucks which are used to construct the roads. When its business is done, it's loaded onto another truck because it's not supposed to spoil the road that it built itself. That's the man. I'm talking this with a lot of conviction, because I've been able to see so many men, but so many that I'm talking about are those people I've met and talked to. They have ended up in problems. An example being of one that we are reading today. Let me read this. A stepfather is in custody for assaulting stepson who didn't call him daddy. Okay? Addressing him as father despite his earlier claims of welcoming the children and their mother into his home and assuming a fatherly role. The boy's use of the name Odhiambo instead of dad annoyed him. This is according to Nation Empower. So it's very challenging for a father, a stepdad, to assume the responsibility of a real dad. It will be always chaos and problems. Women will be so bitter hearing to this because they are culprits and they know truth is very painful. So my point is, assuming that role, that authority as a man in the family will not be possible. So to avoid such, you better keep off somebody else's family and better be at peace with yourself. Secondly, when a woman separates herself from a husband or a man, most of the time she comes out very, very bitter. In most cases, you'll always be that healing aspect of her life. She's only looking for solace and comfort. There's always that false impression that when she gets out of a relationship, she becomes at peace. But once she gets out of the same, troubles come calling. In our next video, we shall be talking about the analogy of a woman's love. So, if you are new here or you are seeing me for the very, very first time, kindly do me a favor, or do yourself a favor by subscribing to the channel. Also, hit the notification bell so that whenever I upload our new videos, we always be the first to be notified. And so follow up with our conversation. It's very, very important. Why am I insisting on family, dear viewers? It's because family is everything. Family is everything. Without family, there's no church. Without family, there's no community. Without family, there's no school. Without family, there's no government. And when we have a broken family, that is why we have a broken government. Because all this leadership comes from a broken system, which is the family. So if we do address the issues of the family today, as we are talking, it will help save a lot. We won't have those problems we are experiencing today. Let's go back to our topic of discussion. We have talked about authority. I've just mentioned that when she comes out of a relationship, a broken relationship, she comes with wounds. And you will always be the person to carry the other person's sins, or even her sins. So keep off whenever a woman separates from a man. There's one thing that you will ever do to her or her family, her children, which will always remind her of the past relationship. In many cases, she'll always be preferring the previous relationship. So you are a young man, you are thinking about getting into a relationship. Think critically about this. I know so many of us have been raised by mothers alone and really grave to be in the mother's arms throughout, such that we just want that which is ready-made. Separated from other men, then we dive deep into that relationship thinking that we have arrived at home. We ain't. So you will always carry those traumas that she came with. Instead of a wife, you'll always have a patient in your life. So young men, old men, mothers who have sons, talk to your sons. For those of you as who believe in the Bible and even in tradition, naturally, fathers have a role to play in the family. Very, very key role. Our nature does not allow us to cuddle around mistakes in our children's lives. So we discipline. When the discipline comes straight from the father himself, who sired the child, it is always correctional. But when the discipline comes from a foster father, it is deemed as punishment. And that is why Mr. Odhiambo today is cooling his feet in his cell because of trying to own up a responsibility which never ever belonged to him, disciplining a stepson. We all have experienced so many challenges, men dying, for accommodating somebody else's family. What happens to that man that you have taken away the family from? He lives in pain, right? There's someone who has always invested in his family with all his life. The little that he had, that is all that he had. And then there comes a woman in your life walking away from a man who has invested all his fortune in her. She is tired of him now, and now she wants to love you. She wants you to take care of her children. Men, when we talk about discipline, we can talk over and over again. You will never discipline somebody's son the way you wish to discipline your own children. The woman in the life will never accept you do that to her children because she'll always find it as a punishment. So you have no moral authority over such a family. So many men have helped educate such children. And then, after everything is said and done, they go back to their fathers. They have all the rights to look for their fathers because you don't have the blessings of a father to your foster son or foster daughter. There is a man who inherited a family, and from the look of things, the woman was struggling with a child. She had been abandoned. She accepted to live with a man, promising that forever he will be with her. She even went to the extent of her giving him children. But after some years, something tragic happened. The man came back loaded. The woman could remember none of what this new man in her life has ever provided for her. She packed everything and went back to the first man who sired her the first child. Now the man is left licking his wounds. Something funny is that when the truth unfolded, the man in the picture ran away because he had just come to pay back by making sure that this new relationship doesn't exist anymore. So he packed a lot of goodies and came to convince this woman who left her poor man and went for the first man. As we speak today, the woman is all by herself because she thought she was rushing for the gold mine. Many men are rotting in jail as we speak today because of such activities, because when she came, she only came with one reason. The reason being, she wants what you have. This is a fact because no woman will leave a man and go for a poor man. She'll always leave a man and go for a better man. So what does it tell you? She only went to collect what you have already, so as to enable her to take care of her children. There's always very little appreciation that comes with such a family. Anything turns her off. So all along, you will be a slave of your own toils, because you will always be providing the therapy that this woman needs instead of seeking for your peace. So seek your peace first, gentlemen. Avoid such stress in life. Avoid such families completely. Live alone. Go your way and do your things, man. Thirdly, avoiding such will always give you a peace of mind in life. Why? You don't have any regrets in future. They go, let them go. They never came anyway. So you got nothing to worry about. That I've invested all my fortune in this only to turn out the way it has turned out. Gentlemen, don't inherit somebody's family. Don't inherit their sons. Please don't. I'm specifically talking about the sons because these are the people who leave the genealogy. It's only through a son that a man can be remembered. Yes, don't inherit somebody's son. That's not your genealogy, man. Dig your own well and so drink from your own cistern. Another point. Only 10% out of 100 of men who have gone the way that I'm warning you about have come out smiling. Most of whom inherited these sons when their fathers were dead. 10%. They inherited the families when the fathers in the family was not there. He was dead. So let not a woman come into your life. She wants your solace. She wants your temporary comfort and tell you that he died. We buried him. Let her show you the death certificate. Let her go show you the grave before you sign that legal agreement that you are now going to take care of this family. Even with that, live knowing that you are doing a charity work. Living with that in your mind will always keep you at peace with whatever you are doing in the service. To those men who have a lot of wealth, because such women will never ever indulge themselves in poor people. They don't. A woman will never leave a rich man and go settle down with a poor man. They will always go for people who have a higher stature than themselves or their previous relationship. So, in essence, whatever they are doing, they are only looking out for better lives for their children and sons and daughters. So, men, be alert. While you're doing all this, just know, do it cautiously. For those of you who are already in, maybe you have already established your relationship and it might take some time, but look out for the telltale signs and so prepare yourself psychologically. Whatever you're doing, let it just be charity. But don't invest knowing that you are leaving a legacy for yourself. Nobody will ever remember you for that. They only remember you for the little wrong that you did in their lives. So avoiding all the above that I've said and mentioned to you will always help you to plan your future well. That's point number one. It will help you plan for your old age. If you don't have children, know that your money will have to take good care of you. Other than that, nobody else will care for you. By holding fast to what I've told you, gentlemen, and mothers of those gentlemen that you do love, will help them save regrets in future. Because no one will come polluting your well at their own will. Okay? Avoid unnecessary deaths, young men and men, because we have seen stepchildren coming for their stepdad and killing them. Now, when their mother was separating from their father, she was very bitter to a level that she hated every other man in her life. Not knowing that at one point she will have to fall in love again. Now, while hating other men, she intoxicates all the young men around her, telling them how bad men are, how evil men are, to an extent of telling her own children, her own sons, how evil men are, because she wanted to satisfy her conviction. So she goes to an extent of even telling her own sons how evil men. So young men have grown up hating their father for no reason, because their mothers told them how evil men are. What happens when time comes and when she wants to fall in love again? She never goes back to the same son and tell them, wait, now men are good. These men have been programmed to know that anybody who comes around their mother is coming to harm the mother. 2 years ago, we had the case of two stepsons who ganged up and killed their stepfather before the eyes of their mothers. So men, avoid such. Also avoid jail. So many men are innocently rotting in jail today as we speak because of such issues. They are not thugs. They thought they were doing something good for vulnerable family, taking care of innocent people. But it turns out otherwise. When a woman is broken, she is terribly broken. Hard times make a broken woman. Difficult times always build a man. So when she fails in a relationship, she comes with a lot of baggage to you. Take care, gentlemen, young men, take care of yourselves. Mothers, instruct your daughters. Instruct your sons. Tell your sons that I heard this from the tales of Shade. Don't dare. See you in my next video. Just in case we have come to this end and you have not yet subscribed to our channel, Jenga Kenya TV, do me a favor. We'll always be bringing you some cultivating and exciting and thought-provoking topics such as this, just to enlighten you. The reason as to why I'm insisting on this is because I want to save marriages. Let us take in marriages. Our sisters are getting out of marriages for no reason. There are no genuine reason at all. Confusing the future of the children, confusing the lineage of the families, and confusing their own future. We are not at a state whereby getting out of a marriage will earn you staples as it's done in the West. We are not at that level whereby a man will be compelled to take care of the responsibilities when you step out with the children. So why are you punishing your children, dear sisters, dear mothers? This is to save the family. This is not meant to break the family. See you in my next video. I remain to be your big brother Shade. And these are the tales of Shade. This is Jenga Kenya TV.